Hey guys, Coach Dave here, 67 years young. Today I'm going to share, this is live, I'm going to try to share something that I think might really help you do the things that you know you want to do, and maybe you're not doing right now. You know, getting in shape and getting healthy. So just a change of a mindset about it. Okay, but first I want to show you my dinner. I've got hamburger patties, some chicken thighs, and rice. Lately I've kind of been on a kick. My daughter turned me onto this pickle ketchup. And then I bought some dill pickle mustard. So been on kind of a dill pickle kick. But she turned me onto it. I love it. Anyway, what I want to talk about is discipline versus motivation. Okay? I have some friends that constantly struggle. They're always, saying, I really need to lose weight. I really need to work out. But they're not doing it. They're just not doing it, And I think the problem is they're relying on motivation. Okay, how they feel. Do you feel like it today or whatever? Instead, you do it through discipline. Through discipline, okay? So what I encouraged them to do was, first thing is you got to start doing something. So I just said, hey, they need to work out. They need to change their diet. All that, right? So I was like, okay. How about this? How about after your meals, you take a walk around the block? A 10-minute walk after a meal will significantly change the effect of that meal you just ate. You'll burn some sugar and stuff in your metabolism. It's a really good thing to do, especially if you're kind of diabetic or anything. It helps keep your blood sugar low too. So I was like, just take the walk around the block 3 times a day. So you just got to start something, because what will happen is all disciplines affect the other. So just start something. Like they take that walk, and we're here in the Ozarks, and they live on a hill, steep hill. If you walk around that place, and I was like, exercise, you just need to walk up and down your hill a few times. That's a hard workout. You walk up it and walk down it, walking down hills on your quads, and walking up, your glutes are burning like crazy. So I was like, you just walk up and down that hill right there. Just say, I'm going to do that 3 times a day. Start. You got to get disciplines going. So they take that walk every day. What happens? Well, I think they'll probably start, it'll cause other changes. The minute you start investing in yourself, you're going to keep doing it. So like you start that walk around the block. Okay, now you might, pretty soon your meals, you might start thinking about them a little bit more. Saying, hey, I'm taking that walk around the block, I probably ought to do this or that. And then pretty soon you're building on it, but you got to use discipline. You have to have a plan, and you follow the plan. You follow the plan. You can't just say, that you're going to work out today because you feel like it. I'm going to work. We don't feel like it a lot of times. We don't feel like working out, but we have the discipline to do it. It's just part of our day. What we do, it's a thing. You go and you do it. You just do it. And routine, get in a good routine, especially with the diet, But like I say, just start something and build off of that. It's pretty hard to do it all at one time, so just start. What can you start? What's something that you can do? It's not huge, but it's something, even if you say, like in your workouts, don't make them so big. keep them smaller, especially at the beginning. I don't usually work out more than a half an hour. That's not that bad. And you don't even have to work out that long to start with. But start doing something. Get a plan and start doing it. Start small and build from there. So that's what I got. Discipline versus motivation. You can't rely on your motivation. You need to put some disciplines in your life. And part of discipline is disciplining your eating, right? It's discipline. You just have to have some discipline. You got to have some boundaries. I have basically what's allowed an approved, food list. There's some stuff I just don't eat. A lot of stuff I just don't eat. There's certain foods that I do eat. And that's it. And that's just discipline. That's just rules. Some rules in your life. And I feel, that stuff, all that other stuff looks good and tastes good, but I just don't do it. Because I want something. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. So, I'm down to 206. I don't want to go down any lower. That's why I'm really actually eating quite a bit for dinner tonight. I'm eating quite a bit of protein and quite a few carbs, and I'll eat some more carbs later because I really need to carb up. I don't want to get too any lower. I'm not getting ready for a competition. I'm in pretty good shape though. I don't know. So, and just shoulder definition. I can just see it. So, it wouldn't be that hard to get into competition. Should I get into competition? Should I? I've been thinking about it. April, there's something coming up. It's so far off though, really. I'm like, oh man, I'm in pretty good shape right now. All I'd have to do is probably, I don't know. I wouldn't want to diet a whole lot more down. I just wouldn't. When I competed at the leanest a couple years back, I got down to like 200 pounds. But I look scrawny. I don't like it. I'd rather be a little fuller and not quite so cut. I was really cut. But I got too lean. Really, I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. There's a show in April. I would be do over 60 physique. There aren't that many contests around that you can find that have that class, over 60 physique. Summer you find a lot of over 50s, but not that many over 60s. It's tough. I'm 67, and if you're competing against a 50-year-old, there are some guys still. Dexter Jackson was over 50 and gotten top 5 at the Olympia. There's some crazy dudes at 50 years old. So I don't want to compete against them. So anyway, they have an over 60 in this. It's called what's it called? The Midwest Championships, something like Central. Anyway, it's pretty cool. And it's also a pro show for physique. Physique is there's different classes. Physique is just it started off being sort of like a beach body. They basically were like a beach dude. They've actually started getting pretty darn big. But still, of all the men's bodybuilding, it's the smallest class where you don't have to be this huge and mass monster and all that stuff. And that's why I like it. I like the look a lot. I think the other stuff's just too much, right? It's fun to see the freaks and all that, but it's really, it's very unhealthy what they do. And they just get so monstrous big. It's not healthy. I don't want that, So I like the physique. But anyway, and then if I liked how I looked, if I competed again, I might thinking about going to Masters Nationals again in Pittsburgh. And I just would like to get top 5 if I did it. That would be my goal, top 5. There's some guys that are in really good shape too. 60 years old. I wish they had a 65-year-old class, because like if men's bodybuilding, masters bodybuilding, they have over 65 and they have over 70. So, but in men's physique, they only have up to over 60. So maybe I actually had wrote to them and appealed to add that, and they weren't ready to yet. They just didn't know if they had that enough people, to justify that. So, if you go to the Masters Nationals, if you win it, you get a pro card. I'm not big enough to win that. Those guys are pretty big, but it'd be fun. I'd like to go and see if I could do better than last time. That's all, something like that. But anyway, so that's all I really had today is like discipline. Discipline, not motivation. Discipline. Get some practices in your life. Get some routine. Routine is good too. I have a lot of routine. I eat a lot. You'll hear, if you listen to a lot of people that are, influencers on health and fitness, it's pretty much like repeat. I mean, the meals repeat. This is pretty much what I have every day for dinner right here. Meat and rice, but it fills you up. I eat a lot of meat. I have a routine. If you don't have a routine, how do you know what to change? If you're doing different stuff every day, it's like, what? What's working and what's not? You don't know. You need to get into a routine, and you try that routine for a while, and if you're losing, you're good. If you're gaining, you're not. So you need to change something. But you got to have routine. And that's discipline. That's not motivation. That's discipline. You have discipline to, here's the foods I'm going to eat, and you're pretty disciplined about it. But dude, man, you got to find something you can do. I'm just, carnivore works, keto works, but I don't want to do those things that any kind of diet that says I can't eat this type of food. It's just, it's too stinking hard and just boring. People get sick of it. They just get sick of it. At first it sounds great. Oh, I can eat bacon, you mean? Yeah, I want to do that. I'm tired of bacon. I don't want to do that. There's nothing I can't eat. But there's stuff that I won't eat and I'm not going to eat, but I can if I want to. I have sherbet pretty often, but to me it's just a bunch of carbs and, a little protein stuff. There's not a lot of fat in it. That's why I eat sherbet, not a lot of ice cream. I tried it. I do try to stay away from the fats. Pretty much the only fat I've got this burger and chicken, and your chicken thighs, which are higher in fat than your breasts. But they usually are nice and tender. I like them, and I'm not going to worry about it that much. But I can eat anything I want. I have pretzels, but I usually don't eat tortilla chips or anything like that. That's just high in fat, so I don't eat it. So, but I'm eating everything. I'm eating meat. I'm eating rice. I'm eating vegetables. I'm eating fruit. I eat a lot of fruit. My go-to lately has been the blueberries and cherries frozen. You can eat a pound. Or like a 12-ounce bag of blueberries. It's 170 calories. 170 calories. That's nothing. And you can be snacking on that for a while. I can a serve. I can eat a third of that bag easily in a sitting. It's only 80 calories or something. No big deal. So I'm eating all kinds of stuff. But I just don't. I just don't eat the junk food generally, and I stay away from the high fat stuff. So anyway, I talked more early than I wanted to, but main thing is discipline. Get some discipline. If you're not doing anything right now, just start something. Change something for the positive tomorrow, okay? Or start today, right now. All right, take care.